All right. Here you are. We are on with Live with Neve. And this is an update. We were going to have our great friend uh, Greg coming on with us this morning. And we couldn't. So I'm here alone. I'm just here for a few minutes just to say hello to everybody. It's Friday. It's the windstorm fury. I think we're all waiting for the snowpocalypse. I know in New York it is snowing, but right here at my place, and I'm about 15 miles as the crow flies south, and there's no snow here. We've had a little bit of, we've had some flurries, but nothing to be concerned about. And it doesn't look like our place we're going to get hit too bad. But I may be speaking freely. For all I know, it could start tonight, and it could bury us. But I have a feeling I'm going to make it through this one. This is kind of an informal update. I'm going, let's see, we've got Live with Neve. I'm putting up a few little things here, tickers. Let's see, we have a comment already. I say, hey, Rick, how are you? What's happening? So everybody's watching the snowstorm, and that's fine. I'm doing the same. I'm waiting for it here, but as I said earlier, it's just not happening. My neighbors aren't home, so I've been able to sit here and listen to some pretty wild and loud music, which is fun. Let's see. Let's listen to a little something exciting for a moment. Put something up loud and proud. So there are a couple people here. Hi, everybody. There is no show today. This is just live, loud listening with Neve on the radio. Here we go. Listen to this. This will give you some volume. There you go, man. We got some Rob Zombie kicking right there. Anyhow, like I said, this is kind of the anti-show. We don't really have a show going on right now. This is just radio freeform fuckery, we'll call it, for the day. I hope you're all having a great weekend or getting prepped for it. Everybody here in the New York, New Jersey area is no doubt scurrying around trying to gather supplies. All those dreaded, you got to have your eggs and your napkins, your paper towels, whatever the hell it is, people run amok and freak out in the store. I was out yesterday, and yes, the people were indeed freaking out already in pre-snow apocalypse form. I got a few things. I've got enough food in my house to last me till the snow apocalypse is over, I'm sure. The heat goes out. I've got gas, everything. Got plenty of goodies to watch. The show really can't go on because I don't have a generator. I could do it for as long as the internet lasts, but usually the internet goes down. And I know that the signal tower is close to my home. And once it goes down and the generator runs out of gas, there is no internet here in Highlands, at least none that I've seen work yet. So while we're here, I'm just going to talk about some of our upcoming guests, and then I'm going to let you all get on with your weekend. We're having a great booking frenzy. January's been great. I mean, we've had everybody that we could hope for, and we're going to have Greg Adams back. Greg couldn't be here today because we're not having a regular show. So we will have Greg on in a couple of weeks. We've already spoken to him and his people and my people. So in February, we have Sal Medea, of Roxy Music. He will be here talking about him and his wife's project for their son, who passed away tragically from cancer. They have a new 4-song EP out, and it's excellent. And as soon as I have a copy of the songs and stuff, I will start playing them on the show. They're great folks. They're great talents, and Sal's like a huge part of the New York music scene. Both him and his wife Lisa are exceptional people and musicians, and I'll be proud to have them on the show. That is for next week. We also have Mary Lee Cortez. She is a heavy metal goddess, and she's sort of like our friend from Down Under, who will also have to reschedule, but we'll be back on next month. John DeYoung, I'm sorry, man, I'm having a brain fart today. Doug DeYoung is an epitome of metal guitar player. He is records produced, I believe, by Joe Satriani. if that tells you anything about where we're going with his stuff. He is an incredible, incredible guitarist. Mary Lee Cortez is also an excellent metal guitar player. She just got talent out the ass, and so you'll want to be checking her out. I have Dwayne Wells, studio guitar player. And then I have, on the 18th, I have Lynn Carey of Mama Lion, a band from the 70s who many of you will recognize the cover. She was also in Playboy magazine, among other things. She's a great talent also. She lives in Los Angeles now, and we'll be talking about the swingin' 60s and all that people did and the amount of fun they had back then. Hey, Susan, you have all your goodies? Cat food for Pete. I do too. And I have cat food for Pete and every other cat in my neighborhood. We're all sitting here. My cats are presently at the top of the stairs awaiting my girlfriend Annie to come home. And okay, so moving on, I have Blake Emery, an artist, musician, and all-around cool guy. I produced his father's album, something about it was called St. Augustine. It took me a minute. It was great. And as far as the 60s being fun, Susan, to answer your question, if you remember the 60s, you weren't taking part in all the fun. So that's my spin. I'm a 70s kid, and I also didn't inhale or do any of those things. We have Dwayne Wells. We have Lynn Carey next month. We have Ace Arlo from Nashville and Los Angeles. Excellent songwriter. He's been on us before. Salmeda, the 5th of March. And that's kind of about it. So look, for those of you who are waiting today, hoping for some jazz, we will be back next month. We'll be back next week. And I hope you all just have a freaking great snow-filled weekend. And if you're somewhere where the snow is, and I realized yesterday it was colder in Brooksville, Florida than it was in Anchorage. It was 83. No, let me think about this. It was very cool down there. It was 53, something like that. They were freaking out. Everybody's running for snow jackets and snow suits, and they're walking around in Florida. And an hour later, it's stifling hot. Anyhow, for all you people in Florida, I hope you're enjoying the cool weather. And I don't know. I just hope you have a great weekend. Yes, Sue, you are a 70s girl. I know you got into all kinds of mischief we can't talk about here on the television. I don't know, for those of you who lived in the 60s and 70s, I think we had a lot of fun. You people today don't get to have. I mean, we got the specter of AIDS, and we've got, we have existential malaise, and the kids today play more on their video game than they do with each other, which is really unacceptable. It's kind of weird, brave new world we live in, but it is what it is. So, I always say, if you can't change it, embrace the suck, man. It's just, sometimes life's a kick in the ass. Other times it's a party. So with that said, I'm going to see if I can do a closing theme here, but it doesn't appear. Well, maybe I can. Look at this. Here's Leland.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve, Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
All right. So while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and just play a little video because I found that we can. I'm using my iPad today instead of the normal computers that we used to do the show. I'm just doing this on my couch. So this is section 2 of my interview with Leland Sklar. I hope you like it.
Yeah, I'll show you this.
Oh, please do. Yay.
Oh, we're going for the bass.
No, not a bass, but I used my Frankenstein bass today on it, which is my old right arm. But a guy sent me a song to do for him, but it was like 38 pages of music because all he had was a score. So I sat here with my paper cutter, removing all of the bass parts on it. And here's the chart I used. And I had to tape it all together. And this is like, you can see it up close. It's just, every one of these is another piece of tape in here.
It's another bass line.
So that's my bass chart here.
Yes.
That's
You're quite
brilliant.
a talented artist there, Mr. Sklar.
You do what you got to do.
That is true.
Can you bring us some glass bowls? Did anybody in the 60s say, Sklar, blow me a bong, please? No.
No, they would just say, blow me.
No, they might say, could you possibly, what
want
is
a glass
the correct
pipe, blow.
terminology? I don't know.
See, the hard part of all that was, and the people that knew me, I've been doing this so long, I've never drank and I've never done drugs.
Yeah.
Ever.
You are wow, you are a
That's
paramount of health, man. You are the
Well,
best.
That explains a lot.
What it explains is why a lot of people don't want to be around me, because I still have memory. And there's a lot of stuff that people have wanted to forget over the years, but I always go, oh no, that's not right. Let me remind you of what you were really doing that night. And then they go, oh fuck, oh, get out of here.
Oh man, that's
Sounds-
brutal.
This sounds so familiar. We have this often, don't we, Neil?
Oh, it's happened. You know, I haven't had a drink in going on 3 years, and it's a whole different world.
But we've known each other for about 25 years. So
Yeah,
when the story thing starts, yeah, we're both like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. That sounds like a Warren Zevon song opening a weird
Very
door.
much.
So,
Very
you know,
much.
I want to ask you a little bit about Warren, because you've been talking about it on the show. I've been watching your videos. Just a weird question, which, you know, not people always like to focus on the Purian aspects of Warren's life, which I don't give a shit. You know, I've done a lot of dumb things, but when you first did the sessions with him, did you come in and know who he was? And then the first time you met him, was it doing a session with him, or did you run into him prior?
Yeah, I think the first time I met Warren was probably in the studio, and we became, you know, pretty much immediate friends. I mean, being around Warren was kind of like being around Hunter Thompson or one of these people.
Right.
They're thinking on a whole other level, and with Warren, it really depended on, you know, if he was sober or not. But in the studio, his focus was like a laser. He really kind of knew what he wanted. And one of those guys, the thing I loved about Warren so much was he could write the goofiest kind of, you know, satirical song, and then turn around with the next song, you're tearing your heart out emotionally.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He ran a tremendous gamut and his keyboard playing, his guitar playing, everything was really wonderful. And it was all really him, like Randy Newman. That kind of,
absolutely.
These guys, they're really a package. You know, all their talent comes to surface in this one presentation. And I always loved, I would love to have toured with him. Now, the fun part of, like, you know, working with Waddy Wachtel is the fact that he and Warren, their friendship began when they were in the Everly Brothers band together.
I didn't realize they were.
Some of the stuff goes way back to the late 60s and stuff. I mean, it's a real, now that time has, you know, traveled with us over all these decades.
Right.
You really, you know, you start to see things in a different way, where, like, when you were first starting, you never saw you were going to have a career. You were happy to have a gig.
Exactly. Right.
It was never going to be. They were going to discover any day that I don't know what the hell I'm doing and call somebody else, kind of thing. And, so it
was when those complaints about your beard started coming in.
You know, at that point, I just didn't give a shit about it. I figured if they couldn't take, if my follicles were bothering them, it's just
they're follicular challenged.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like, I don't look at this as baldness. I look at it as plate tectonics.
Hey, everybody. There you got it. That was some, not Levon Hell. Holy shit, Lee Sklar. I'm having one of those days today. It's 4:15. This was basically just meant to be a quick pop-up, say hello, and I've kind of accomplished that. The show's been a little off the wall, but I promise you next week we'll be back with our usual mayhem, fun, and laughs. We have some really good musical guests coming up in the next month. February and March are still looking really good, and I hope you'll join us and have a lot of fun in February. If you're out here fighting for the snow. Susan, to answer your question, that was recorded maybe 3 months ago. That was recorded during the fall, and it was meant to be 4 15-minute interviews, and it ended up being an hour and a half of fun with Lee. And for any of you who's wondering who I'm talking about, that was Leland Sklar, the bass player, cool dude, exceptional man, and just a really down-to-earth, wonderful human being, and just a hellacious bass player. I hope that someday I can afford to have him on one of my tunes. We'll see. You know, you gotta hope. I have to have something really good to get him involved with. But stranger things have happened. So I hope everybody's feeling good, looking good. I see you. So Susan, you're confessing you were at a party and you fell asleep. And they thought you were smoking weed, the devil's lettuce, if you will. Well, yes, he is a great guy, and I warn you, do not be smoking the devil's lettuce. It's bad for you. No, if you're out there and you drink, stop it. Start smoking the weed. It's much better, and I think it'll make you a much healthier person. So I'm going to be out of here. Again, next week we'll be back with a regular schedule with the whole cast. We have some new cast members who will be coming aboard soon. And I don't want to let too much out of the bag, but we're going to be starting once a month. We're going to have a show that features a segment on the New Jersey and New York independent filmmakers scene. People are saying, well, why? Because it ties in with the arts in general and have so many great musicians watching the show and so many cool people in the film industry that I kind of think there can be some kind of, I hate that word, synergy between the two, because that's just lame. I'm hoping this shit can cook and percolate and do some great things. Musicians can do some scoring. A lot of the people, these guys who do these independent movies are students, and they can have access to a wide world of professional artists and musicians who ever since COVID have been sitting around. You have amazing talents out there who are just sitting around waiting for something to do. I'm kind of hoping that. I am also starting a program involving ISA, the International Singer-Songwriters Association, which, yes, I did know. Wow, I'm sorry I'm getting sidetracked here, but we got Susan here, and I've got from down under, our good friend and pal, Veronica. Good day, baby. Hope you're doing well down there in the land of, I guess it's winter there. No, it's summer there, excuse me. So all the bitey things are coming out, and Veronica's been watching. She's one of our regular watchers. Veronica, what time is it down under there right now? Let me think if I can guess. Is it like in the morning, early? Well, just give us an update there, babe. At any rate, I don't know, what were we talking about? I don't know. Earlier this morning, we had a complete and utter crazy show that went on, and all I can say is summer just once for the books. But at any rate, moving on. We're going to have a great week next week. I'm looking through. I haven't run any commercial spots and haven't done any of that stuff. Like I said, this is just meant to be a quick, hey, how you doing? Sorry we didn't have a regular show. If anybody's out there, a couple of you hanging around. Veronica, if you're there and you happen to be listening, tell us what's going on in Australia today. And how is it with COVID shit down there? That's something else I'm curious about. Let's see, what else? So I don't know. The weekend, we're heading into the weekend. There's all kinds of news. Ukraine's on the fire. We've got, let's see, the ongoing COVID. Who the hell knows what's going to happen any day. We've got, let's see, who we got? Hot as hell, 7:20 in Australia. Boy, sometimes when we act together, Veronica, it's got to be like early, or you think about it, late in your day. Sometimes it's been like 3 or 4 in the morning, or late in the evening when we've talked. But so apparently the sun is rising there, even as the snows threaten the New York City area. I'm really enjoying it. I've got plenty of good stuff to eat. I went out and got some cakes for the weekend. I love to eat, and I love sweets. I'm totally, I really need to stay away from them as much as possible. But, that's the price. I used to like to drink booze, and that gives you kind of a craving for sugar sometimes. So I tend to not deal with, I need to really cut down on the sugar, but that's okay. It's better than liquor. I hope you all have a great weekend. Oh, the borders have opened in Australia. No kidding. This is from our friend Veronica. Veronica, remind me of where you're from. I think you're out in like Bitey land in the northwest part of Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Remind me, babe. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, Veronica's been a really good friend of the show, and normally we don't have this free form. So while we're sitting here, if anybody comes in, you have any questions for me about the show, if you have any ideas for guests, this is kind of the time you can do it. We're just sitting here horsing around. I'm waiting to see. Yeah, I will, Susan. We hope you do too. And if whoever's here, tell me where you're at. And, so Veronica, you're there, and the state borders are open. That's interesting. I hope you are safe. Okay, she's in Queensland, excuse me. Beautiful place from what I hear. I definitely know I'll be heading over to see Veronica, and hopefully she can keep the bitey things at bay. When we first talked, I guess we talked about the kangaroo thing. I'm pretty sure every Australian must just get tired of shit of us Americans, and we go over there, we're like, "Do you like have a kangaroo?" And they're like, "Yeah, too many of the damn bastards." North of Brisbane in suburbia. So have you seen any kangaroos this morning, Veronica? This is great. I'm sorry, folks, you have to wait. I should have just sent her an invite. You can have Veronica come on. In fact, maybe we'll do that. Let me see if I can send an invite from the show here. Settings. Guest. No. Can't do that. Can't do that. Check. Yep, it's working. Anyhow, I've looked through the settings, and because I'm using my iPad, I have a different bit of functionality. Not that any of you care about all that. Veronica was mentioning Neil Young got his start in Nashville. That is true, and part of his career. I have a trivia question for everybody. Who was his roommate when he first moved to LA? This is funny, and I swear, Scouts honor, Nanu, to the future now subs. He had a roommate, and he wasn't who you'd think. It wasn't like, Stephen Stills or anybody like that. He had for a roommate Rick James, bitch. That's who he had. Yes. Water Dragons, no ruse. What's a Mozzie, honey? A Mazzie? A Mozzie. Tell me, Veronica, your darkest secrets here, baby. Not dressed yet. Oh, well, what kind of conversation we could have? Gosh, it'd be very pleasant. I'm sure the audience would enjoy that. We can just talk dirty here on the show. I'm kidding. I got enough trouble for this morning. Veronica, I'm just teasing you with your love. Hope you're having a great day down there. And I don't know what a Mazzie is, but I hope they don't bite or fine you or sting you or rash you or do some god-awful thing. Anybody else out there watching naked? This could be kind of a group encounter thing. Oh my God, we got so much trouble this morning, but we're going to behave from now on. I feel somewhat drawn back to the Blues Brothers scene where the Mother Superior smacks the shit out of them with a paddle and a pointer, I believe. A ruler, that's it. Sue, unfortunately, we had slips of full frontal nudity. We had all kinds of horrendous things. Topics were off the scale. But the full frontal nudity was just it. Oh, a Mozzie. Sort of like my ex-wife. There you go. Let's send it down to the fucking Mozzie. Let him chew on her ear. No offense to my second wife, meant or intended. Actually, any joke that I poke fun at her is strictly a figment of your imagination. It's just based on no one living or dead. So I can use a different pronoun for that joke. At any rate, the audience would run away. Now, baby. Yeah, that's for the audience to decide. Or let me be the judge of that. I'm an expert. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Electrode Man and pole dancing. Susan, you have to bring up these grim reminders from the show's past. We have had some rather greasy options shown. Yeah, but Electrode Man, since Julie left, Electrode Man's not been around, but I don't know. Guys like that tend to come around in cycles, and you never know when he might show up. For all I know, he's scarred her irreparably. It's the goddamn weird shit he said. So nature resort. I don't know. We could talk about a lot of things. 426, and actually, you're so lucky, man. You're getting to sit here listening to me ramble about absolutely nothing. Nothing of real importance because we're not having a real show. In fact, this show did not happen. This show has been a figment of your imagination and mine. I'm sitting here waiting on the snow. They've been telling me all day we're going to get this horrendous fit, and I'm going, what? I don't know. Sue, you getting any snow in New York right at the moment? Oh, my stalker. Oh, Toby's working another show because she's got one of her own going. I was over there, and it was great. But she was here earlier. She was here this morning, and she'll be back. And as far as what happened to the stalker, we haven't heard from the stalker lately. We've had a new crazy fan who started sending us dirty messages and all kinds of stupid shit. Why is it that it's only like these dipshit guys that, they start sending weird shit to the fucking mail, and then, we start getting them, they heckle us online, change their name. I mean, it all started when we started making comments about men who have really small hands and really big feet, like that big size, 11 and a half. And sometimes guys are grown and they have really small hands and small feet. And all I can tell you is they grow through life miserable and unhappy and unsatisfied. And they get weird, so they have to sit around their bedroom and eat soggy Cheetos, listening to this show. Hey, Veronica. Julie's, she's doing good, but she took a little hiatus. She had some stuff she had to take care of. And, we wish her well and hope she's having a good one. And we talk occasionally, but when she's feeling back, I hope we'll see her again. And in the meantime, I'm sending everybody's comments in regards to her. And I hope she's doing good too today. I know it's cold in Florida, so I hope she's not getting it too bad. And then, I've had women stalkers too, but the women stalkers, I'm not open for stalking at the moment. So, I'm not single anymore. And if I was, perhaps stalking would be kind of fun. But yes, well, we're just sitting here goofing off. Let me see if I'm going to look right now while we're talking, if I can see Toby, what she's got going on at the moment. What's on your mind? Toby Simmons, the girl from Wilshire. Toby Simmons. All right, that's her, the girl from Wilshire Boulevard. We love her dearly, and I'm looking here to see where she's at right at this moment. I believe she's with Warren Bendler at the moment. Today she has Bunny Barnes, by the way. Actually, she's doing Bunny Barnes right now. I'm going to actually, after we get off, we're going to get off real soon. It's 4:29. I've kind of given everybody, kind of an update on what's coming up. And yes, Susan, Irish was on this morning. And typically, the guys and the gals will be on the morning show. A lot of times, since Julie's not with us at the moment, it's going to be just me for a lot of the afternoons. And that said, it really always depends on the guest and the type of show we're going to do. So again, everybody's doing good. We hope Julie's doing very well, and I hope you're doing well too, in this season of crazy. So look, we'll be back next week. We have some excellent musical guests. Greg Adams will be rescheduled. We'll have him back, and we can't wait to have him on. He is, to me, he's just one of my favorite trumpet players. The guy is exceptional. And that's all I can say. We'll see him soon. And we'll see you too. Let's go to the branding here. Give you some ads before we go.
We are the Sons of Atlantis! And you are tuned in to Live with Me.
Hey there, it's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Neve or Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
Hello there, my name is Andreas Hellqvist, this is Daniel Olsson, and we're live with Neve and having a great time.